Hello, everyone. So at Averon, we have developed a magical new technology that enables you to identify and authenticate your users through their smartphone. This enables you to deliver a login process that's more secure and more seamless, and you can also use it to get new users too. We're going to show you how to do all of that here. But first, you're probably all familiar with two-factor authentication, those codes that you get through SMS or one-time passcodes. Just put your hand up if you've, as a user, experienced using those before. See quite a few hands. Keep your hand up if you think that's an awesome, seamless user experience that you just love. I don't think I see any hands up. It's not a great experience, and what we can do is we can deliver something that is more secure and way more seamless for the user. So here's what we're going to show you a couple of examples. So if we go to the laptop screen, imagine this as your website. This is example co. So we're logging into a website here. And what we're going to do is when we hit the login button, we'll switch over the screen to the cell phone that we have here up on stage. And what you see is a notification, if we see the cell phone yet. Switch over to the cell phone, please, on the AV. Hello. So magically, we're going to switch over to the cell phone in a second. And when we do, we're going to get a little notification on there that simply says, is this you trying to sign in? And so we can accept the notification. So when Christian hits accept, we're going to switch back now to the laptop screen, please. And what's going to happen is we are confirming with the cellular network that this yes approval is coming uniquely from his cell phone, and now we're logged in. So the user doesn't have to enter any code, doesn't have to receive an SMS, doesn't have to download an app. It's all completely seamless. Now, how many of you are offering two-factor authentication to your users today? Put your hands up. Seeing quite a few hands. How many of you have achieved 100% user adoption? I'm not seeing anybody. You're in good company. Gmail has the same problem. Fewer than 10% of users on Gmail have turned on 2FA, and that's because it's a hassle. So this is a problem with cybersecurity. When you make it difficult for users, they just switch it off, and then they leave themselves open to hacks. 4 companies are getting hacked every day in the US. You don't want to be the next one. But with this, you can switch it on for 100% of your users tomorrow if you want, and then they'll all be safe. Now, who loves passwords? I don't see any hands. We all hate them, right? We know we're supposed to use a different password for every website, then we end up writing them down or using a password manager, but then we're worried the password manager might get hacked. We have a vision of a world without passwords. Can anyone get on board with that idea? So here's an example app we created that shows what the login looks like without passwords. And as you can see, this is for Slack. What happens in this login is, instead of a username and password, we are authenticating the user through our carrier integration with the cell networks to know that it is uniquely this phone that's being used to log in. So you can see on the bottom there, there's a secure login button. When we press that button, what happens is we contact the cell carrier, we confirm through our integration that it is the right phone and the right SIM card being logged into, and then we're in. No password. That can work on mobile, and it can also work on desktop as well. We can do a similar thing with just no password and the cell phone authenticating the login. So that's some cybersecurity applications of our technology. Now I'm going to show you how we can use the similar technology to actually get new users. So many of you probably have a mobile web conversion funnel. Users come on there, and what you want them to do is register for your site. Now, we all know that every additional field you ask a user to fill out, the more likely it is they're going to leave your funnel and go back to clicking on links to figure out how to use one weird trick to melt off body fat, or that kind of thing. So what you want to do is get users in your funnel and keep them there. What we can do is we can pull their data from the carrier so they don't have to fill it out themselves. So here's an example. What we're doing is now we have to ask the user for consent to do this because we're actually going to pull their data and pass it to you. We didn't need consent for the security use case. So we're using the zip code, we're checking a box, What's happening now in the app is we're contacting the cell carrier, and we've automatically filled out these 9 fields. So these fields can go straight into your web application form, so the user is now already part the way down the funnel and less likely to drop off. And because we got this data from the carrier and it's not user entered, you can actually use this to combat fraud as well because it's validated data. You can trigger this magic fill process pretty much however you want. So in this case, it was part of a web form. You could also send out, for example, a mailer with a QR code on it and just have the user point their camera at the QR code, and then that will immediately take them into your web funnel with a bunch of the fields already filled out. So you can use this to significantly increase your mobile conversion rates. And by the way, we don't have time to demo that now, but if you come by our booth, we'll show you that version of it too. So, in summary, our magical technology, which we have developed through deep integration with the cell carriers, can enable you to deliver a seamless sign-on for users, potentially without passwords. But even if you have passwords, you can get rid of these one-time passcodes and these SMSs. You can just have the user hit yes, and they're logged in. This is absolutely magical user experience that I hope you would like to deliver. And you can use it to fill out web forms too, automatically on mobile, which can help improve your conversion rates and get you new customers. So, if all of this or any of it sounds interesting to you, please come see us in the booth, Averon, and don't forget to vote for us for Best in Show. Thank you so much.